free promo.
Exactly, no free promo.
Okay.
The only thing we promote here is our awesome podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Clock. Cold Open.
Yeah.
I'm Alex.
I'm Cory.
And we have with us a very, very special guest today. She is one of the VPs of AMA, and she is spearheading getting us to ICC and a lot of things involved with ICC. Ladies and gentlemen, Tabitha Hong.
Hi.
Tabitha, what do you do for AMA?
I am.
Go ahead and move the mic closer to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I am a co-executive vice president. Big scary title that I don't actually know what it means. I think what the idea of it is that I facilitate connections between people. That's my interpretation.
Okay,
But
fire.
I oversee the professional development and the social impact committees. And then this semester we are going to ICC. So I was like, I love ICC. I want to help plan that. And so here we are.
Okay.
And
Nice.
I actually
ICC
didn't
is
know
fun.
you oversaw social impact. Social impact is probably like one of the coolest committees I've seen in AMA. I haven't gone. I really wanted to go to the beet farm thing, but I couldn't. What's that called? I couldn't like get time in the schedule to do it. But all the social impact stuff that I see the club do seems like really, really, really cool.
Yeah, and Bella is really good at her job.
Shout out Bella.
We had 0 volunteer events in December, and then we had like 8 all
Yeah.
of a sudden.
It feels like every single general body meeting we show up to, it's 2-3 slides about, hey, we're doing this thing, hey, we're doing this thing, hey, we're doing this thing. So it's super nice seeing that there's a bunch of opportunities to like
to
help
give
out the
back to
community.
the community.
Exactly. Yeah. So you were gone for a little while. You weren't here last semester. We probably would have had you on sooner if you were
Yeah.
here last semester. You were studying abroad, right?
Yes, I was studying abroad in Spain. It was very fun. I was in Madrid, and there was so much to do. There was so much to see, and then all around, I love hiking, so I just went to the mountains almost every weekend, and I was just going up a mountain and down the mountain and back up.
Nice. I've thought about studying abroad. I don't know if I can justify like the price tag.
Ooh, but actually, for me, it was the same price as a semester at USF.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the exact same price. You just basically had to pay for airfare. So if you got
Oh,
like
dang.
$500 for a plane ticket, like get a summer job,
That's not too bad.
yeah.
Dang, maybe I should have before.
And the cost of living in Europe, oh no.
Mm.
The cost of living in Europe is lower
Yeah.
than the US. Yeah, I
Yes.
paid like $20 for groceries in a week, and I pay like $40-50 here.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had an episode where we went into the cost of living and groceries and things like that.
Yes.
Which I was talking to Cory about it when we were walking here. One of our best performing episodes.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to end up being like a well-performing episode. He put a lot of time in the slide deck, so
Yeah.
it shows.
I'm PowerPoint guy. If you
He is PowerPoint guy.
Not like Alyssa England, who we had on last week, who is PowerPoint girl.
Yes.
But I'm PowerPoint guy. I used to before I was doing this podcast, I was sitting in my room making PowerPoints for matches of competitive Pokemon to like figure out deterministically how to win.
Wait. Then you need to help me with this card game, like the Pokemon Pocket app. that I
Okay,
have.
okay. The TCG is different. Like
the
I
TCG cards are crazy.
yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay.
There's a lot of banned cards and like banned decks and stuff.
What?
Yeah, there were a lot of growing pains in the community. It's the same thing with like Yu-Gi-Oh, where there are a lot of like unspoken rules for tournaments and stuff that players like abide by, but not all players abided by them when they were unspoken. So people would bring decks that are like, they're like 150 cards, which is normally it's fine because having 150 cards is detrimental. You don't want that many cards to get like, your win condition in the card game. So they would bring like 150 cards, and then the entire deck is based off of just trying to shuffle the deck. So you get a billion cards that are, shuffle 3 cards into your deck, and so they would have to take the 150 card deck
so
and
it's like
split it
stalling
up.
based on time?
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
god.
Yes. And people would just forfeit if they had to play against it because they were like, I don't care. I don't want to play.
Yeah.
But-
It's like draw 1 card, reshuffle your deck 3 times, draw 1 card, reshuffle your deck 3 times.
Yes.
And 20 minutes later, you finally get your turn. And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to put out my Pikachu. And
Yeah.
He's going to use Thunderbolt.
But I don't know how the mobile pocket version is. You play it, I guess?
I do, because at my youth group, all the kids play it, so I have to play it. And so I have like 18 friends on the app, and they're all from youth group.
Nice.
And I have zero idea what I'm doing, so I lose every battle that I play.
Oh.
But I have a lot of cool cards.
Okay, what's the coolest one you got?
Dialga?
Oh,
Okay.
I mess with Dialga.
Yeah.
I must be Dialga. That's the time guy.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
the cool one that when you long press it, it brings you into this animation and you see the world forming. It's very
Whoa.
cool. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I feel like we've mentioned this before on the podcast, but like the way that the Pokemon cards are getting so expensive nowadays.
Yeah,
and
it's a bubble.
people are like, I don't know if you've seen this. It's scalpers are going to buy the cards, and the resale values of like, I know someone who posted about it on social media, I think, of this old deck that they got when they were like 10 and didn't open. Now is selling for like $1,000
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
just because there's a massive bubble around them.
Boxes that you bought 2 years ago are reselling for about 4 times the price when you bought them,
Jesus.
which is just too much for how recent you can get them and
Mhm.
how many were in circulation.
Mhm.
That level of price should only really happen if you hold on to like a box mint condition unopened for like 10 years, 15 years.
And
It
even
doesn't make
then,
sense.
like I don't think that having trading cards and like video game whatever things as like speculative assets, I don't know if that's a good thing. Like it's sort of arbitrary value.
It's the same thing as like when people sell like rocks, like charged crystals or
that's
whatever.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a friend who works at Target, and they get shipments of Pokemon cards all the time, and he was like, yeah, I got this box, I put one aside for my friend or something, so he hid it under the shelf, so you can lift the shelf up a bit and put it
okay.
under in like the bottom area, and he was like, I came back at the end of my shift. And the shelf was like completely disassembled.
What?
Like, yeah, they are disassembling the shelf to find more to see if there's
my
any in the bottom,
God.
and yeah, see if one fell behind or anything. They are
They're really about that.
they're
life.
rabid. It's a problem.
That's crazy. All I remember back in the day is like when I was in after school care, people would bring their like random Pokemon cards that they found.
Yeah.
Someone gave me like a Charizard that was like half folded, super crinkly and whatever.
Yeah,
but
it's
like I didn't-
grade 0 PSA.
exactly grade 0 PSA. I didn't even know how to play the trading card game. I would just be like, I have Charizard. Charizard's cooler than your guy, so
True.
he wins. But
Whoa, it's like the perceived scarcity,
mhm,
and then it's like, oh no, I need that.
mhm,
Let me pay you a lot of money for it.
yeah,
Yeah, Pokemon trading in elementary school was different.
Mm.
It
Way
was
different.
intense and a little bit scary, but everybody just kind of knew what was happening, and now it's like, oh, there's monetary value.
mhm. If I would have known back in the day, I would have been, keeping all my stuff, putting it up in
Yeah.
frames,
It's like I wouldn't have opened anything.
Dude,
I bought.
It feels like if like silly bands were selling for like $500 nowadays,
Hell
Throwback.
yeah.
Mhm.
I love silly bands.
Silly bands are sick.
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
all broke, and I was really sad.
It's so weird that like with the shapes that they are, it feels like they're made to break,
Yeah.
Well, they are.
Oh.
Like they're sold to like little kids.
You know what? That's fair. And
I don't know.
They're sitting there chewing on them.
Yeah, it was kind of a miracle that they caught on and became a cultural phenomenon
Mhm.
when we were in like elementary school
Yeah.
or middle school,
Mhm.
that enough kids wanted it and pestered their parents that it became like an actual thing. Because otherwise it would have just been, like one more thing in the toy aisle.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what you want as a company, right? You
Yeah.
want like it's that and like Rainbow Loom are
Oh
the
my
like
goodness.
prime examples.
I don't remember Rainbow Loom.
You do.
I need to see it.
You remember kids would come in with the bracelets, like the woven like elastic bracelets.
Oh.
Rainbow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like those.
There was a girl I knew who made a backpack out of it.
Oh my god.
She was so good at that, at the Rainbow Loom thing.
young millionaire.
Young millionaire.
Hustler's mindset.
Real.
Hustler mentality. But there's going to be a lot of hustlers at ICC.
That's actually true.
Which is, we're flying out. We're recording this on the Wednesday. Me and Tabitha and a bunch of the other people in AMA are flying out tomorrow.
In like 15 hours.
Whoa. Are
Yeah,
you packed?
I am not.
Oh no.
I'm dealing with a lot right now behind the scenes, so I haven't gotten the opportunity to pack yet. As soon as we get out of here, I'm driving home so I can like get an extra piece of luggage from my mom's place.
Heck yeah.
But ICC is hype. You've been to ICC before?
I have. I went in my freshman year. I did not go in my
Mm.
sophomore year. I had a scheduling conflict.
Ah,
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
Tough.
a race. I ran a lot, and so I was like,
Yeah,
have
I
to
wanted
do
to ask
this.
about that because you were like, yeah, I was listening to the podcast on a jog, and then you were like, I love hiking,
Mhm.
all this type of stuff. So you're a big runner guy.
Big runner.
Mm.
Like I'm in AMA and then I'm in the running club. It's these two. And yeah, running has just been a really big part of coping with college.
Okay, so did you start running in college or did you run
No,
before?
I ran. So I actually swam when I was a kid.
Okay.
And then like there's this thing in
Sort of
swimming
like
club.
running in water.
Sort
True.
of.
In
I still
drinking
swim
water.
though, but I can't really. I don't know if that's exactly the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then there's this thing called dry land where you just do land workouts. You either run or do strength training.
Mhm.
And I was like, wow, I really like the running part more than I like the swimming part. I can't wait for dry land. And I was like, I should probably just run. And then I joined the track and field team, and then I joined cross country. And then our school had this club called Marathon High, and you got to run a half marathon at the end of that program.
Mhm.
And that was how I got into long distance running.
Yeah. What's the longest you've run? A full
40.
Oh, is that a full marathon? I don't know about
A
running.
full marathon is 26.2
Oh my
miles.
gosh.
Oh, so you ran 2.
Almost
I
two.
Just
ran,
about
like
two.
1 point something.
Sure.
1.6, something like
Yeah.
that.
Math is
If you round it up and you truncate the whatever.
Yeah.
I don't run. I'll round it up for you. I got nothing to lose.
Yeah, dude,
Thanks.
my entire history of running, aside from like similar thing to you on the swim team having the dry land workouts, that was me with rowing. Is we'd have our rowing workouts where we're on the water, we're doing the long pieces, or we'd have our land workouts where it's either lifting, which we didn't do that much because we were focused on legs and arms and things like that, or a bunch of laps, or a bunch of cardio, or that sort of thing. Outside of that, my main formative memory with running is when I was in middle school. They did a thing where every person had to run like a couple laps around the track during gym on the Wednesdays. But if you chose to, you could run a 5K. And if you finished running your 5K in under half an hour, they would give you a free Subway sandwich.
Whoa.
Oh, that would have motivated me to
Yeah.
run.
And I was motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hop on that track.
A full Subway sandwich or a half?
Like a full Subway
Wow.
sandwich.
Like a foot long Subway sandwich?
Mhm. And
Dang.
back before they made it, back before shrinkflation, like
Yeah.
this was
When it was-
middle school.
When they were a real
When it was
foot
real.
long.
Yeah. I don't know if we got bigger or they got smaller, maybe both, but
Column A, column B.
yeah, I run that little mile or that 5K rather. By the time I get like 2 laps around, I'm gassed. I'm sitting there
yeah.
like
Yeah.
I get over the finish line. They tell me my time is 29:59,
Oh.
which means I did not make that at all. Like
They gave it to him because he was a middle schooler.
they gave it to me because I was a middle schooler and I was exhausted and I was sweating and I looked like I was gonna have a heart attack.
Hands on his knees, he looked up. He's like, I made it, right? Yeah, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, just barely.
Yeah. I never saw that Subway sandwich.
They didn't even give you
They didn't
one?
even give it to me. They didn't even give it to me.
That's messed up.
Yeah. So ever since then, I've had trouble trusting people. It's been messing with my
That's where
entire
it
life.
started.
Yeah.
Villain origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're gonna have to be trusting people at ICC. So New Orleans, how was your freshman year trip?
It was super fun. I think that year Steve Silva organized it,
Mm.
and then last year Lindsay organized it. But our first year, that was our first year sending that many people to New Orleans. We
Mm.
had like 38 people, and it
Oh my
was so
Lord.
big. Yeah, and one of the highlights was just being there with everyone and getting to connect with people. And we talk about this all the time at our GBMs. Like the T-shirt exchange
Mm-hmm.
is iconic, and we've won that also, like for
Mm.
best shirt design. I don't know how we've won that for 3 years in a row, but we're looking to win that again this year, and
Okay.
it's just that's like a memory that's going to be very very fun. Like we hype it up a lot, and it's gonna meet the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's so ICC, from what I understand, based on the meetings and the briefings and the everything that we've had, is we're sitting in a lot of like personal development meetings of like speakers just sharing their experiences and trying to like help us out and
Yeah.
further fulfill us.
Yes. So actually, something I don't know if you guys know. I'm not a marketing major. I study supply chain and business analytics.
okay.
And why am I in AMA? I don't really know, but I really love the club. And so, like, when I went to ICC in freshman year, I learned so much about the marketing community, just nationally, and also like strategies that people used in their businesses in New Orleans or like semi-locally. And then it's just these things that stick with you, and you can bring that to so many different parts of your life, or like even in your other classes. And that's the really neat thing about ICC. It's like you're like, oh, I'm in a meeting for 8 hours, but it's like different meetings, and it's really interesting stuff, and it's actually practical stuff, which is not something that you can say for all of the classes that we take.
You don't have to look away. We've covered it extensively.
We've covered it. I think our tier list episode we get into a lot of like
the class tier
fake.
list.
This doesn't exist. This is why did I take this? Why did I pay tuition for this? Why did I sit 15 hours a week for whatever?
Yeah.
But that sounds hype. Like I know especially with marketing because it's so broad and so diverse, and like a lot of the tips that help you for marketing, I feel like are very applicable to everything. Like I don't even think I'm graduating with my degree in marketing next month.
Oh, congratulations!
I know,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
crazy. I got
And the end of an era soon.
Oh no.
and the end of an era.
The end of an error. Yeah.
Yeah, an error which is studying marketing instead of something I love. But my classes are fun. My classes are fun.
I love marketing.
I enjoy the people I've met. I'm probably going to be getting into sales, so it's like, do I even need a degree? Well, that's not important. But I think a lot of the stuff that I've learned in some of my classes, especially from like the guest speakers in the GBMs and just the like regional conference had a couple of guest speakers who were pretty helpful. I think it's very easy to carry those on to any sort of profession that you want to work in.
Mm-hmm.
So that seems hype. And we get beignets.
And we get beignets. Oh my goodness! So
Did not know that.
Yeah, for regional conference, Keegan reached out to Benny Johnson, who is the CEO of AMA National. Like not just the AMA student side, but AMA National. And it was really cool. And Benny was like, "Yeah, I'll come down. I'll speak." And then I guess they talked and they were like, "We're all going to be in New Orleans." And then Benny was like, "I'll take you all out to beignets." I don't know if he knows that there are 32 of us going, but
It's too late for him to cancel now.
Yeah.
It's true.
And those beignets are fire. Like that. Okay, so ICC, like number one, attend all the sessions.
Okay.
Number two, get a beignet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard about beignets. I don't think I know what they are.
It's like
bread.
It's like fried dough.
But it's like really good fried dough.
Okay,
So it's,
It's French fried dough.
Yes, and
beignet.
they're like these shapes called pillows, and they're like really big, very squarish, pillowy. And you will not believe the difference that the level of powdered sugar will make on that piece of bread, because you've had a donut, you've had a powdered donut,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, like this beignet, the volume of powdered sugar on that, and then the softness and like the freshness, because there's such a high turnover in the beignet making business, so it's always a fresh beignet and that amount of sugar. And they have a ton of sugar. It's like 3 times the volume of flour they probably use in the beignet. It's like so much sugar. And then they have extra sugar on the side for you to put more sugar on, and it just melts in your mouth, and it just kind of like is a pillow for your mouth, for your soul. It's just like this place where you can go and rest and enjoy the sugary carbohydrates.
Yeah, imagining that after a run.
Oh, I did actually do that my freshman year. Like, I went out for a run, and then I went and got beignets after, and I was like, oh, this is life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your life could be a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that motivates you to keep living to the next day.
Yes.
You know? I'm hyped for just like last time that I went out of town with some buddies for like a work thing, kind of, because AMA is kind of like a work thing, like in a way. I'm flashing back to my little head of the hooch trip back in high school, which was rowing regatta in Tennessee.
Oh.
So all of us hop on a bus and drive 8 hours to Tennessee from our little high school, and it's a bunch of us like occupying this hotel. They slap a few of us in a room together. I remember the day before my race, we stood up until 3 a.m. We set up the switch that I brought
For rowing.
For rowing.
Okay.
Yeah. We stayed up until 3 a.m. in the hotel room, me and 3 of my other friends, and we set up like my switch, and we're playing Smash all night. We have to be up for a race at like 8, by the way.
Wow.
But
choice.
yeah, it was that.
How'd you guys do?
Killed it.
Ah, okay.
Well done.
Lethal.
That's a secret sauce.
Lethal. Dude, the fact
Notice
that
how he's not saying the place number.
dude, the fact that
No, he did wonderful.
The fact that I didn't pass out on that day of hooch, because also the thing that they gave us was it was super cold. It was like beginning of November, in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
So it was
not Florida cold.
freezing. I'm talking like 30 degrees.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a reason to row. You don't want to touch that water.
No, exactly. But I don't think I drank any water all day.
Oh.
Just because.
Are you stupid? I'm trying to figure it out.
No. So they had a deal with like Panera Bread, where Panera Bread was giving out unlimited free hot chocolate.
Oh.
That has to sit like a rock in your body.
I had 8 cups of hot chocolate.
What is wrong with
Wait,
you?
so you had-
Then I hop on a boat and I start pulling like my tail off. No sweat, no nothing. I'm lethal, no cramps, no anything.
That's ridiculous.
It was an experience. And I had some ice cream before my race, which you're not supposed to do.
Bro, I do not understand. Stayed up until 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Drank only hot chocolate, no water, and had ice cream before the race.
You know what? If I did that today, I think it would just keep, like, not even having to compete, like, athletically. I think I would just be stuck in bed.
Yeah. That's a lethal combo.
Yeah.
8 cups of hot chocolate.
Yeah. But I'm excited for experiences like that at ICC because it's going to be...
Like that. Exactly like that, actually.
Exactly like that. I'm going to be staying up until 3 a.m. every night.
Drinking hot chocolate. Tons of hot chocolate.
Drinking hot chocolate and showing up to all the meetings. Or all the conference stuff messed up totally. No.
Yeah.
But
also, fun fact, guys. Alex is going to be our representative for the parade of the chapters.
Oh.
Yes,
I got voluntold.
Yes, you did get
Voluntold.
because you have really great spirit, really great energy.
I'm so energetic.
Yes.
I'm a bundle of energy. I'm a bundle
It's
of
true.
brightness.
It's true.
Yeah, so for that, I have to... it's like a parade thing where we wear USF merch, and we're representing our school for all the other schools that are at the conference.
And actually, it's not exactly like a parade. So, the school name flashes across the screen, and then one person goes out, and then they just do whatever to represent their school, and then they go off the stage.
Hey,
so
I'm gonna be hitting that.
Yes.
I'm dragging my foot underneath the table. Audio listeners, I'm pointing my
he
fingers
looks like
forward
a
like a
bull.
bull.
He looks just like it.
One year, our guy, he he did the thing like that bulls do with their hooves.
Mhm.
He did that, ran full sent this across the stage, and then launched himself into the crowd and crowd surfed. And so that was,
Alex, those are big shoes to fill.
So that was an interesting, very memorable, just very interesting as well.
And you know, I'm there. I'm copying that. I'm doing that better.
It's crazy that he crowd surfed.
Yeah.
If I don't know, I'd be too.
I could crowd surf.
You're light enough to crowd surf.
I'm light enough, but I'm so lanky and long. I feel like people would just drop me.
Maybe.
You know?
If you get like 10 seconds of crowd surf time, I'd say it's a
It's
a win for sure.
Okay.
But please don't.
Oh.
Okay, I'm banned. I'm banned from our higher up, our boss. No.
I would just be worried about you falling and hitting your head on something.
That's fair, but I've gone through a lot of head trauma. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you can't get much worse.
It's
No.
true.
I know that you're also given time on the trip, right, to just like go around New Orleans and stuff. Did you when on your run? How did you like New Orleans, like seeing New Orleans and?
Wow, New Orleans is just such a beautiful city, and it has so much history.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love being able to see that in like the architecture and in the institutions and the restaurants that are still there. And then when you kind of go outside of Bourbon Street and like that very, very touristy area, you get this chance to see like these old oaks and then like these homes that are just almost a part of the landscape, and the way that they're built and the way that they're all like fitted together is amazing. And then you just kind of keep going, and it just feels like you're there for a moment of New Orleans history, and then you can glimpse what has happened before. And it's so cool. Places I would recommend, it's like Bourbon Street. You gotta check it out at least once. The beignet place, and then like City Park is so pretty. It's this really big park. It's got like a museum or two inside of it, and then it's got a couple of ponds that you can like paddle pond. I don't know what that's called.
The paddle boats or whatever.
Paddle boats.
Nice,
Yes.
nice.
And then just like on the way, there's this trolley, and it goes through these streets and the oaks and the moss that are just like tripping. It's so pretty.
Yeah, for the amount of times that New Orleans has been like hit by natural disaster or catastrophe and rebuilt, they have very much been able to keep the spirit of the city.
Yeah.
It's a very cool place.
And that's hype because they got the little safe zones that are. There's so many witches and warlocks that come out of New Orleans, you know.
Yes.
So they got the little safe spots that are safe from hurricanes, like they never get hit.
It's sort of like.
About those.
Did you grow up in Tampa?
No, I grew up in Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't grow up in Tampa either until like my friends who grew up in Tampa told me about it. Yeah, Tampa like hadn't been hit like by like a hurricane or a storm, anything like super severe in like 100 years.
Same thing for Jacksonville.
Yeah. And it was they were like, yeah, it's because, you know, it's we got like blessed. It was like blessed by like a shaman, like a Native American shaman like 100 years ago. And everybody when the hurricanes were coming were like, it'll hold.
Wow.
But yeah, New Orleans not so lucky. Not so lucky to be blessed. They've been hit by like a million
cursed,
of them.
like divine misfortune,
Yeah,
Yeah, heavy karmic debt that they're incurring.
it's true.
But it's okay. We won't have any more natural disasters, and they'll be fine. They'll be safe, and they'll be okay.
Yeah, it's not a. When does hurricane season even start?
Usually-
They have tornadoes.
Mm.
Not, I don't think in New Orleans, but in like the middle of the country like that. They
Mm.
got tornadoes like mad. That freaks me out. I've never seen like a real tornado.
Dude, okay, I haven't seen like a real tornado, not like a the stuff that they make movies about. But I swear to God, when I was filming a sketch for like my sketch comedy group in high school,
Mhm.
as I was recording, I hear my audio get like really bad, and I'm like, "What's going on?" I turn around, there's like a dust devil that's like double my height that
Whoa.
spawns like literally right behind me. It was crazy. It was crazy. I have it on video.
It's the Tasmanian devil
Mm-hmm.
when he be running.
Yeah, it's so funny because we were recording it, and then I hear the audio get bad, and then I hear the guy who I'm filming being like, "Yo, what is that?" But it worked out. I'm
and
still
then,
here.
Yeah, next guy has to yes and into the dust devil.
Yep. Yeah. Not a great scene partner that Dust Devil was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, I have more questions about running because I think people who run are interesting.
Okay.
What do you have? Like, I know there are people that run that have like a bunch of gear, like a bunch of running gear. Like they've got like the arm thing for their phone, and they've got like special headphones and special shoes and special whatevers. Do you have anything like? Do you have like running gear?
I definitely have running gear, like gear that I only use for running, but you can collect a lot of stuff that you can use for running
Mhm.
that is like very running specific, but you don't really need a ton of stuff to get started. And I found that when I added so much stuff, it was like, I don't even want to run anymore. It's about this stuff. And so I like keeping it more simple. So it's like I have my running watch because I don't like running with my phone. And so this like tracks all of my runs.
You leave your phone at home when you run?
Yeah, I don't like listening to music or having that weight. Like that's
Really?
So, yeah. Mhm.
Okay,
No,
that's
I
interesting.
sort of get that though, because it's like from what I've heard, like a lot of people who like running and just being outside and doing that sort of thing, it's about like almost a meditative time with yourself.
Mhm.
And I feel like music would kind of disrupt that. Like he called me crazy because
Yeah, I think you're crazy. That's why.
when I walk around campus, I never am listening to music. I'm never like, I only am listening to music when I'm studying, and that's only some of the time.
Mhm.
Because when you're outside, it just feels like it's a good time to just disconnect. There's a lot of time to listen to music and be online and that sort of thing when you're
Mhm.
cooped up in your room or studying or in class
Yeah.
when someone else is presenting or something like that. But
I respect you a lot for leaving your phone at home and not listening to music while running,
Yeah.
but I do think you are a little crazy for that.
Well, like I've got internal dialogue going on. Like I'm like
Mm.
either praying or I'm thinking about something. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a great time to wrestle through things
Mhm.
because it's just very like it's the steps. It's very repetitive. I'm like, and I can go like think.
Yeah, I think if I ran, I'd have to have music because it's got to be one thing at a time. I'm already wrestling with like myself and my own body trying to run.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't need anything else.
You don't need to think about.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, music and working out. Back when I keep referring to like back in the day.
Back
when
in
I
the good
was-
old days.
Yeah. When I was doing the wrong stuff again,
Mhm.
I didn't listen to music that much aside from when it was like race days, where it was our little erg test where they put us on the rowing machine, and it's like we have to bust out 2 kilometers as fast as possible, full sprint.
Oh, ouch! That sounds not fun.
2K days were the worst. It usually ended up with someone on the floor
Dry
With-
heaving.
with things
okay.
coming out of them.
Okay.
But I had like a hex song. I swear to God. I never ever was nauseous or sick or anything like that after doing the things because as soon as I would get off the machine, I click like triple tab over on my playlist that I have for my race days, and I play Okaga California by Tyler the Creator.
Wow, I didn't think you actually had the song on hand instantly. That's awesome.
Trust me, because it comes out of my car and I'm like,
Yeah, you're taken back.
yeah. But do you have any like? You don't listen to
You
music.
don't listen to music
run.
while you run. What kind of music do you listen
Yeah.
to when you do listen to
Oh.
music?
I like jazz.
Okay, that's fire.
Nice.
I also like folksy stuff.
Oh, okay.
I also listen to a lot of like, I guess contemporary Christian music.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna ask if
then-
you prefer like secular music or not.
I don't know. I think all music has value because it's art and
Sure.
it reflects culture.
Mhm.
And sometimes they just provide different vibes.
Mm.
Like you have those classic road trip songs, and
Mhm.
I just can't vibe out to Christian music like that. But like when I need to reflect or when I just am feeling a little bit down or I'm feeling really good, then it's like I'll go to find some of my favorite artists. But jazz, I'm really excited because New Orleans has an amazing jazz scene.
Oh yeah, from what I've heard, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So I love the jazz there. And then recently I've been getting into like the Dave Brubeck quartet. But I like kind of more like brighter jazz. I'm not like the best jazz aficionado. I just like the vibes.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
And that's all the music has is the vibes, you know? So
I think you would like big band jazz because those are the ones that, and I think New Orleans is good for big band jazz and blues, but I don't think you would like blues.
I do like blues actually.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only when I'm feeling like it's like a specific time. It's like 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
ooh, nice.
All
You should talk to Ezra because Ezra was recommending me some jazz stuff.
Oh.
I love Ezra.
Shout out Ezra.
Shout out Ezra.
80 of fundraising is his official title.
Yeah.
Shout out Ezra. Ezra's the goat. He's one of my roomies for ICC.
Oh, okay.
Well, because it's just how many guys are there? There's like 4.
There's 7.
7. Okay.
There's 7 because it's
6.
Is there 6?
Yes.
Did we lose one?
Yes.
Because I thought it was. Oh, okay.
And it's Ezra. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No.
Yeah, because I know it's me, Ezra, and Keegan in one room, and then it's
That's a stacked roster.
hey, and I got the bed to myself. It's 2 beds.
Wow.
Because we have to put a card on
Did you
file.
guys talk about that yet?
We did.
Okay.
And I said, hey, if I put
No,
my
he's
card
just
on
electing
file,
himself.
I said, if I put my card on file to be charged in case we have anything wrong, can I get the bed to myself? And they said, yeah, sure. So, free low. And then what? It's Ronald and who else is in the other room?
Navin and Justice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we lost one.
Yes.
So, I mean, it makes the room situation a little bit easier.
It's true. But they're going to be fighting over who gets the one bed. Not us, because we figured it out.
Yeah.
But
Maybe they'll pull the same trick. Actually, that's a really good idea. I think we have one girl's room that's got 3 people, so maybe they'll also be like, yeah, whoever puts the card down.
yeah, problem solving is important.
Critical thinking.
And critical thinking, yeah, especially in advance. Speaking of in advance, setting up for so year's coming to an end. We're gonna have some people transitioning out.
True.
At the last executive board meeting, we were talking about transition documents and transitioning into other roles and people, moving on and setting up their successors for success.
Yes.
You know, how many people do we have that are like moving forward, and how many people are going to be coming in, like in terms of roles? Do you know?
Ooh, that is a tricky question that we don't have the exact numbers for right now. So
Shouldn't
we're
membership
still-
have that?
Like for how many people are graduating? I think they would. But for like eBoard specifically, we're still planning and we're going to look more at that after ICC, and then you guys, I'm sure we'll hear an update.
A very somber GBM in the future.
Somber.
Yeah.
We are sad to represent.
Yeah. The podcast is gonna end up in somebody else's hands.
It's crazy. I am going ham on my transition document for podcast.
Yeah.
About like, hey, if you want to set it up, come to this room. Like here's the Premiere
preset,
profiles
yeah.
for how to set up the audio in the same way if you want to do it the same way.
Wow, that is so good. There's like so much nuance that you pick up as a director that like people when they come in, it's like I need to learn all of this. But if you have it all right there, it's much easier.
Yeah. But the thing I wanted to ask related to people transitioning is you've seen a few different regimes. You've seen a few
regimes.
a few different people at top. You've seen AMA in its various different forms. What do you usually notice like the differences are between how people move forward, like when new people come into roles and old people transition out? How do you think the chapter tends to change?
Wow. I think for one, culture starts at the top. So culture has shifted a little bit, and then it's been a little bit more free flowing or a little bit more structured depending on who is the president or who is an exec. And then eBoard in general, like there's always that sense of, oh my goodness, what are we going to do with our current eBoard? Like we made this team, like we are a team. This is what we're used to, and we've been working with everyone for a year. Now they're all going because a lot of our eBoard members are seniors like you. And so then the question is, we have to go into fall semester and then we have to get to know everyone. And so there's always that period of fluctuation and then like
Some growing pains.
Yeah, some growing pains. And that's been a big change, like a big trend that we've seen, just like, people left, now what do we do?
Yeah.
And then getting the new people up to speed or getting people who have transitioned like laterally or upwards. It's like, how do they adjust and know what they need to do. But I mean, all of the leaders at AMA, they've just been really good. Like, they've all had different strengths for sure. Some might be more organizers, some might be more, people focused, and then some might have really good like motivation or inspirational skills. So it just depends. And like, people, they leave legacies, and then people are like, oh, like, that worked really well, let me take that with me. And then we adjust what doesn't. We're always looking at how to improve, because there's always something that we can do better. It's like, be happy where we are now, and then always look at, okay, what can we also do better?
Yeah, I know eBoard has also gotten like wider
So big.
as time has gone on.
Especially marketing committee.
Yeah. It was like 15 people. Like, eBoard was tiny when I joined, and then
now it's
like 33, 32. Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah,
and actually, most of the people going to ICC are eBoard. There's only a few that we were like, oh, you're not eBoard, and so
the cabal.
Yeah.
The cabal.
Yeah, I feel like one thing that like our chapter's always been good at, and that we've always been doing well, is we have really good culture.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just so friendly, and everyone's just so familial. You can go to any sort of meeting, and then people are usually pretty accepting of like, okay, thanks for showing up. Do you want to help with this? Do you want to help with this? Like, what do you want to do to further help the club? So I feel like that's been really nice, and I hope that that's something that like continues going forward.
I think it's I think a lot of it is also from Dr. Jarrett just being like a really good like North Star. Like, Dr. Jarrett, I can't imagine Dr. Jarrett letting like the culture slip like that ever. I think that's maybe one of the few things that are like evergreen about the chapter.
Yeah.
I feel like, the standard of excellence is high, but then it's also like, come in, like, try this stuff and make mistakes, but learn from them. And
every single like VP or Prez or like any person I've heard speak is like, I don't know, I tried everything. I found out like I hated like 80% of the things, but I found the thing that I liked, and it's fine. Yeah,
and I feel like that's a good thing. I'm reading this in one of my classes. I'm reading this book about the Savannah Bananas.
I love that team.
Yeah,
really,
super good team.
So funny.
But it's like the head of it, Jesse Cole, talking about like what he does behind the scenes in order to make the culture fit, in order to make the whole thing run smoothly. And he's like, you want people to feel passionate about what they're working in, or else they're not going to like do good work if they don't feel passionate about it. And like, rules are barriers to innovation is what he's saying, which is like, I agree with it in some ways. Sometimes there are rules that you need to like hold in place. But I think it's something that we do really well is something he was talking about a lot in the book, where it's like people are very able to innovate, and if they have an idea, they're not just going to get shot down. Like, it's like, hey, all right, you want to do this? How are you going to do this? What's it going to help? Like we can make that work, and then people do it, and then suddenly we got a bustling podcast. We got our social media people are doing well, and social impact's killing it. A lot of really good stuff.
Yeah.
We're killing it.
Yes, you are killing it.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, I was done.
Yes, it's like,
as assistant director of the podcast.
It's true. Non-official title.
Not an official title, but it's on my LinkedIn. So
exactly.
Okay.
So, and no one can check you on it.
official.
Yeah. Exactly. What are we looking at on time? Because I feel like we're.
I think we probably hit time.
Okay. So I think we're about ready to get back on the clock. Thank you for coming, Tabitha, and sharing your experience and chatting with us. It's been very nice. So our next general body meeting is going to be Tuesday at 4:45 in the business building, BSN 225. That is Tuesdays at 4:45 in BSN 225, where we're going to be doing things.
It's probably
another guest speaker, yeah?
I figured it would be ICC, like, come back and, like, review thing, no?
A little bit, but we're also going to be doing a networking workshop, because we have a networking event on April 15th.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, there you go. So show up if you want to do that. In the meantime, like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to check out any of our other episodes of the podcast. Join our Slack, all the things that are in the description. And thank you for watching this week's episode of Off the Clock. We will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.